Well, the rockets were a lot of fun, but I think this rotation bit down here is gonna be even more fun. So let's get that, maybe a decoupler too, we can have fun with that. Might as well unlock the rest of the tree here, and then see if we can put together a VTOL. Once we scrap this whole thing, we get 22,000 more monies to work with, 31.5 in total. But let's see, I think a VTOL had something more like this for a cockpit. This is going purely off of memory, so we'll see how atrocious this turns out to be. But a decent sized fuselage like this should be okay, decent storage size. There are still a few more jobs to do, so maybe we can do those. And I think straight wings are gonna be the best for attaching those. Oh, maybe not. That's very wide. Something more like a delta wing, maybe? What do VTOLs look like? Maybe a jet wing would be okay. And then on the very end of the wings is where we need to put the rotation joints, like so. And then what way do they start rotated? I guess we're gonna find out, but the big turbo props are gonna be what go on here. Okay, that's not looking so bad. It's a little bit backwards. Well, not backwards, but the plane looks like it's gonna be Naruto running. And I think it's gonna need a little bit longer fuselage section there, and then pinch the back end like this, I think. I think this is actually more akin to what planes look like. Good enough for our purposes, although it kind of looks a little weird still. Maybe something like that. And then, what else goes on a VTOL? Landing gear, that certainly does. This thing is 32 tons right now, so these medium retractable wheels should be enough. And then the center of gravity is still back there, which I feel like is a bit of a detriment for the propellers, but maybe it's okay. And then we need to get an appropriate sized tail wing, which that is very large. Maybe something like this. And then I have no idea if the rotation is actually gonna work here, and I don't know what the button is to rotate, but that does seem very VTOL-like. We'll just have to see if them being back so far actually works. So, it's a little back heavy. I may have forgotten a step. That's a little better, but how does one simply rotate? I mean, at least this thing can take off like a normal plane. Oh, it's actually a little slow. Oh, there's the rotate. Whoa, that actually rotates 360. Hold on. Okay, I found the rotate button. Okay, so let's try it like this. There we go, straight up. But is there a way to rotate back the other way? Okay, there it is, T and Y. So we start like this. Although I guess we could have set up the plane like that, just for easy sake. Okay, so we take off, power it up. I don't know if this is powerful enough to go straight up. Man, VTOLs need a lot of lift, don't they? And are these the biggest props we have? We have 2 altitude, but I feel like that's the base status for the plane. We have achieved +1 altitude on takeoff there. Wow, VTOLs need a lot. Because that has a thrust of 20. There's a big electric engine, but that has less thrust. And it just uses electricity instead of fuel. Interesting. So are we gonna make a jet VTOL? I feel like we're gonna need to. Okay, we could do a double propeller arrangement like this, and just make sure to invert these things. That might work a little better. So whoa, it takes off way too fast now, hold on. Okay, that is way too effective. Hold on, rotate into position. Okay, we're going up now. I haven't even touched the movement controls yet. Okay, hold on. Level out. And we have very much taken off here. But we also kind of forgot fuel. But at least we can take off in a VTOL. This is just, wow, it's a little strong for maximum thrust. But can we get to another airport like this? There is one right there. Can we land this thing? Just rotate into the landing position, drop the gear, glide on in. Wow. Okay, it kind of worked, but not quite what I was going for. Most notably, fuel is a must. So this might be a little too strong for maximum thrust, but also the problem is the propellers were a little bit back because the plane is a little bit back. So let's just do a little bit of thrust here. Okay, a little bit more. And now it's leveled out and then up. Oh, wait. Hey, it's very nose heavy. How about a little more? Okay, there we go. Too much, but level out, and we have liftoff. Oh my gosh, we actually took off in a VTOL. Wow, that surprisingly worked. But it is quite a bit to keep the propellers actually level with the plane, but we can still get good speed with this. Oh my gosh, this is actually working. We made a VTOL, but we should try to land somewhere before we run out of fuel this time. Where can we go from here? I guess we're in line with the advanced factory, so might as well go there. Now, this is gonna be a bit of a trick to land, but let's slow down a little bit and then rotate back to slow down even more. Reverse thrust, if you will. And then, oh, too much. Ah, don't crash. Landing gear. And then slow down. No, don't go back. Ugh, that was a little bit rough, but we landed a VTOL. Wow. And it goes back to being tilted back all the time. Man, we need some heavier landing gears in the back. I guess because all the weight's back there, so that makes sense. But if this is a VTOL, then we don't have to reset to take off. We can load cargo. Does anywhere need some jobs still? Of course, the one that does, we don't need to be here for. But I guess we could try flying over to the ice region. I feel like that's gonna be an easier delivery right away than the titanium. So let's take off again and then rotate, and away we go. I have no idea if we have enough fuel to reach the ice zone, but we will try it. I hope this thing can get good speed, because this is still pretty weak on the fuel department. Probably should have added more, but that also just makes it heavier. Although it does get lighter as we go, so it might reach it. But I wonder if we're gonna need to do a thing with like 2 VTOL wings. Is that a thing? So we get 4 propellers going? I mean, we kind of already do, but this is cheating. But we are halfway there with only a quarter tank of fuel. We might have to stop somewhere in the middle first. I know there's a spot like right over there, right in front of us, so we might have to take a pit stop. Let's slow down to not burn as much fuel, but we still need enough to rotate this a little bit back, slow down more, landing gear down, slow down, and... Ooh, that was very smooth landing. Still kind of plain-ish in landing. Oh, wait, I just realized, can't reverse with the propellers going backwards. Okay, but we successfully landed at the factory. Wow, this rotation is a lot to keep track of, but we made it work. Refuel, and then reset these. I would like to, you know what? Maybe we should have seen if we could lock the rotation angle, but the edit point is down there. It's about equal distance, so we might as well go there first. Oh, that's way better takeoff. Okay, starting to get the hang of it. Let's go to the home base in the snow area first so we can edit the plane. I know we can just reset teleport there, but I want to put this thing through its paces. I'm not gonna lie, I'm amazed how well this is actually working. Just gotta keep track of which is front and which is back. Maybe I should have colored that. We can do that at home base. Just gotta dodge a mountain peak like we do. And is that the edit point? I think it is. Slow down, rotate up, and then, oh, back. And then vertical, straight down. Oh, this is gonna be a very graceful landing. Maybe, might need a bit more thrust. And a little bit less. Oh, beautiful touchdown. Man, this is working way better than like any plane takeoff or landing I've had. I love VTOLs, they're so cool. But now we can edit the plane. So first things first, let's just do a little bit of coloring to denote these back things as, you know, back. Or can I get more orange than that? I guess there is that orange. So that works. Okay, and then these rotation bits. Okay, oh, I guess this is where we could see what the buttons were. But is that it? I guess that's all the settings there is. So there's no way to lock rotation. We just have to make sure that we know not to rotate too far, and that's what the colors are for. And you know what? Maybe more fuel is a good idea, which it does push the center of gravity a bit more forward, so maybe this thing won't be as nose heavy. And if we upgrade the landing gear, then that's also gonna make it a bit more nose heavy. Although actually the weight is the same. So let's put a better wheel on the front in that case, which is still just entirely massive, but hopefully that keeps it level a little bit more. It's very not level, but if we can handle takeoff a little bit better, okay. Gotta keep the rotation good as we lift. And, oh, it's still kind of nose heavy, but look at us, we're away. Oh, just keep the thrust going forward. Oh my goodness, okay, we can still take off. This might be a challenge once we take on actual cargo. Also, where is that snow place again? Ice place. Here we go. This thing is still incredibly slow, but at least we don't have to try and run down a runway to try and get lift. I am amazed we actually got a VTOL to work. Kind of makes me wonder if we could set up like a sort of helicopter thing. I know they released the roadmap and helicopter parts are in the list, but I wonder if we could make that work with the parts that we have available. Just gotta, land. Kind of need a little bit of backward momentum going here. There we go, and then slow down, not as much. Ugh, Okay, we need way better landings for that if we're gonna transport ice, because this is fragile. Now, how much did this place need? 3 ice. Okay, I'm not sure how much more weight that we can do because this thing is already incredibly heavy for a VTOL. So let's just take 3. We have the cargo for it. The wheels are not under stress right now, so that's good news. Maybe we should just keep this thing level with the plane. Or maybe a little bit, no, not a little bit back, because then it'll move backwards. Let's just do what we were doing. Oh, we can get up. We can get off the ground. Now, please fix your nose. We don't need any droop snoot happening. Avoid the tree. Oh my goodness. Bad start, very bad start. We don't talk about it. Let's just try taking off without rotating first. Okay, that's working a lot better to keep it level. Now we just need good elevation and then rotate forward. Oh yes, we're away. We're kind of away. Ice is incredibly heavy. We gotta get going. Probably should have rotated to a better direction, but hopefully we have enough fuel to make the trip. Probably should have marked a destination. That would help too. Okay, good thing we're lined up with it. And it is 15 units away, but man, it's across an entire region. The tricky part is gonna be landing this thing. We had one good landing, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to repeat that. You know, maybe it's a better idea to switch to the electric things, because we did also unlock solar panels and other things that maybe we could do that and then not have to worry about fuel consumption. And also electricity seems pretty light, much lighter than fuel. Speaking of, we're halfway down and we are kind of halfway to our destination, so this might work. This is just a lot of open water that we're going over. And actually, if we tilt the propellers a little bit back, then maybe we can stay elevated. But that's also taken away from our forward momentum, and we really need that. We're keeping a steady 160 or so, 170. Oh, I don't know why the controls stopped working there. Had a bit of a dead stick moment, but we are closing in on our destination, which is good. And it's right there. Okay, so let's tilt back slightly. A little bit up, a little bit back, a little bit back, low fuel, landing gear down, and then up, and then cut power a little bit. This is working, this is working. Keep it slow and gradual. Oh my gosh! We successfully transported all the ice without it breaking! Oh, VTOLs are the best! And there's still money to get from this. You know what I wish this game had? I wish it had like a new game plus mode where we could go back, do all the missions, but with all the parts that we unlocked. I would love that, just to get more VTOL time. That was the best thing I've ever done. Now there is one more delivery to do, and that's with titanium. I kind of worry our VTOL is gonna be too heavy for that, but we'll see when we get there. This thing is absolutely not fast enough for timed missions, so we're not gonna worry about that. But we can, rotate the right way, and beautiful takeoff. Okay, a little bit of a droop, but we are still airborne. This VTOL is success. And I think the titanium mine was over this way. And you know what? This thing would have been way better for going through the snow region, I think, because of all those mountains. But we can worry about that at a different time. Okay, that's the waste treatment plant. So we need to go a little bit more this way. And there it is right there. So, whoop, not down, up. Had a bit of a control malfunction in my brain. But we just gotta drop landing gear and then cut power like so. Hopefully we don't land on any of the gear, like that watchtower that looks like a danger in the landing zone, but this is still a very graceful landing. Kind of. Not the most graceful, but at least titanium is not fragile. It's just very heavy. So hopefully we can take off with this. We can scoot. We can certainly scoot, but as I was worried about, this is way too heavy to take off with in our current VTOL. We can just get this thing standing upright. So I'm very doubtful this would be able to take off even with forward momentum. Why don't we just see if it can? We can get pretty good speed here though. Oh, so it can take off with forward momentum. But that's kind of putting it nicely. And that's also not in the spirit of VTOLs. So reset. We need bigger propellers on here, or more of them. Maybe we could do more of them. That would be very weird though. Well, you know what? If it works, it works. And we have the budget for it. So what if we just did some wings like that? Got some weird anime hair going on with this plane. It's like he's gonna tell me it's time to duel. But can we copy pieces as well? Or should we just, I think we just have to do this manually. So rotation joints on both wings. Is that level? I think it is. But also we can't have it like that. We need it level with up and down. And I don't know if it can do that, but we can rotate. Although it rotates on 90 degrees, but we can set up like that and then rotate. that works. And then get the propellers on here. Were they always this loose on the rotation joints? Okay, I had to confirm something, so I quickly looked at a picture of a VTOL, and the back doesn't quite look like this, because they actually have 2 tail wings that are like this, but that is very narrow. Can we widen this a little bit more, just to give a little more space? So that's in line kind of with the plane. There we go. And then these go, oh, not quite all the way like that, but we can put them there. No, the rotation doesn't allow that, but it's kind of more like that. That is so unbelievably narrow. I mean, there is like a setup with 1 tail wing like this, and then I guess the canards can go back here like so. Ooh, that looks way better, but those are kind of reversed. So just a little bit of a flip like that, and then scooch back. Okay, that's looking better. That might be a little tall, but we'll work with it. And then these, I didn't remember the rotation bits before being so loose like that, but I guess that works. And then back like that, color this to be not that color, this one. There we go. And then start up like that. There we go. This is an interesting mix of things. How's that affect the center of gravity? Oh gosh, this is such a weight on those back wheels. But if it takes off, it should do it. So we, whoa, whoop. Okay, that's a starting point, I guess. Just gotta start up a little bit of throttle to hopefully level it out. Hopefully level it out. Hopefully, oh, I think I forgot to reverse these. Yeah, that would certainly have something to do with it. But can we do anything else to increase the weight in front? I guess because we added more propellers, we do need more fuel. So just stack up a ton of fuel in the front. Oh man, this thing is getting heavy. But that actually helps. The back wheels are fighting for their life, but hopefully they shouldn't need to fight too much longer. Oh wow, this thing's getting lift and it's not even at full throttle. Can we? Oh my gosh, we're at 2/3 throttle and we're already taking off. Wow, okay, get this thing forward. Up, up. There we go. There we go. Wow, this is a VTOL for the ages. Okay, let's try this again. Man, we still weren't at full throttle. This thing could really soar if it wanted to, I bet. So we just gotta get over to the mine. And the thing is, this thing has a lot of vertical lift. So, oh man, my hand is doing insane poses on the keyboard. It's like playing Twister. But landing gear down, and then, okay, level out, cut throttle a little bit. We're going back too far. We're going back too far. Need to go for it. Whoa! Not the time to do tricks! Dang it. We can get there, it's just a trick of getting there. Okay, a little bit more lift off, and then in line, retract the gear, full throttle, and away. Is the things a little bit down? I think they're a little bit down. We can certainly get there, it's just a matter of landing this thing. Okay, so let's cut power a little bit, rotate up, good, good, still forward. Whoop, need a little more forward. Okay, and then get a little more vertical, a little bit. I think we need to keep it a little bit forward, or else it still tips weird, but we can control that on landing. Oh, hey, that actually worked. We made it. Okay, load cargo, titanium. Oh man, the wheels are still good, surprisingly. These back ones are so compressed. It's like they're in a hydraulic press. And is it just 1 unit of titanium? Okay, thankfully it is. Now we just have to hope that this is enough to take off. So throttle up. Oh, it's taking off. Yes, it's taking off too good. It's taking off too good. We're in a rocket program right now. And we are also completely forward, full momentum. And wow, this thing is struggling. This is so struggling, but it's not too far away and we have plenty of fuel. So just please stay airborne. How is this working better going up than forward? Now I have to remember where the thing is. It was over this way. That's the waste treatment plant. We need to go more this way. At least we have the fuel to get lost with. Oh my goodness, this thing is struggling so bad. Would it be better to do that with the things a little bit up? But the nose still tips down, so it doesn't really help, but there's our destination. And if we can control the up and down of the propeller angle, then we can afford to go up a little bit and then just slow down to bring it to a halt. Not that big of a halt though. Just gotta land very gently, and gentle enough. We made it. We delivered the titanium with a VTOL. So that's all the coins there, and that's also the end of this job. So there's 60 scrap for the effort, as well as some more fuses. that we really don't need because we have unlocked all the upgrades. And there is still plenty of map around here though, so should we just keep going? I think there was a hard limit down here. Well, not quite a hard limit, but we should probably refuel before taking off. But let's just go a direction. I wonder if all this area is gonna be where they add more islands in the future. That would be cool. But let's just see how far this can go. We have a lot of fuel here. Man, I am amazed that this VTOL is working as well as it is. Okay, we're still going this way. There haven't been any limits yet, like your plane's about to fall apart, but let's curve a little bit more north, I think. And we are just here over the open water. We don't even see any destinations behind us anymore. And we are still going. That's surprising. Let's turn a bit more north. We're running low on fuel, so we can't go too much further, but we are getting good speed. We're not quite to 200 yet, but we did get to 190. But this is a beautiful piece of aircraft. Or it's an aircraft only a mother would love. But we reach 195 speed right at the end of our fuel, and there is now no hard limit to the map in front of us. So we just have a massive path in front of us. Okay, time for a water landing. Might as well put the gear down and splash. Okay, there's one more thing I want to try. What if we turn this into a drone type of thing? So let's put the wings up front like this, and then equal ones in the back. Try to make them as level as possible, and then landing gear can go to the wings instead of the nose. And then it's level with each other, hopefully. These need to go a little more up, I think. Or it'd be better if all the wings were kind of center with the aircraft, I think. That should work well enough. And then, wow, I really threw out the angle of these things. And then can we get away with this without the bottom propellers? I hope we can. And we actually don't need these rotating bits either, because I'm hoping just the tilt of this thing will make it take off. And now we have even more of a tube. But this might work. I have no idea. This is gonna be a very interesting test of how we can handle tilt on things, but it should still be able to lift off. Well, it should, but it doesn't, so we need those bottom propellers anyway. Or we take this opportunity to switch things over to a jet engine. World's first jet-powered drone or something like that. And by drone, I mean like those like little commercial ones. Or one of those FPV drones. Imagine one of those jet-powered. That would be a crazy POV, but maybe this will work a little bit better. Okay, let's gain some lift off of the tires, and oh, we're airborne. And it actually sounds like a drone too. That's the crazy part. But we have no way of tilting. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Maximum thrust right away, and we have still no way of tilting. I see. We can do side-to-side movements like this. Okay, we do have some limited forward and back, but we, oh, hold on. Hold on, we're going forward. We're going forward. Just keep it going, keep it going. Wow, this is a massive tilt. We need to keep moving forward. Please get over the sand dune. Oh man, I can't even imagine trying to do this in the snow zone yet, but this is working. This is actually working. Do we try landing this somewhere? I don't even know where. Can we get over there? We still have all the fuel in the world. Please, drone, please work with me here. I don't know how I got this thing to start working, but by golly, it's gonna reach its destination. This is going only 50 speed. But drones also technically count as a VTOL. It just doesn't have the rotating engines on it. I do, but I'm not using them. Gotta get the landing gear down. Oh man, gotta try to very carefully get this thing to land. Cut the power a little bit, slow down, a little bit up. Okay, that actually landed. That actually landed. How do we dare try to cross a continent with this? Maybe if we just really enhance the speed. And then, oh, there it goes again. There it goes again. Nope. Come on, get facing that way. You know what? We gotta go south to reach the continent anyway. Just please go. Please go. I swear the wings are also fighting the lift with this because they want to go down, but we need to go forward. The fact that we only made it that far and it took all the willpower in the world, just gotta keep the momentum going. Okay, you know what? I do not have hopes for this thing crossing a continent. We're just gonna tilt forward and send it. This is now a proper VTOL drone. And it is still making it, even though we don't have any tail fins. And okay, the continent actually wasn't that far away. I just didn't want to spend all that time trying to do this. But we can try to land at the farm. Hopefully no one is out there with a shotgun. But we also need to slow down a little bit. Hover over it, gear down, slow down, trying to keep an eye on the ground. Okay, we are losing all forward momentum, and then we are touching down very, very gently. good enough. The wheels didn't even flex. They just reached all the bottom of their hydraulics. Wow. Now, can we get to the edit base on this continent? Easy enough. Oh man, we're fighting just to keep this thing from tipping over, but it still tips over. Has it not crashed there? I don't know. It just likes to do a backflip before taking off, I guess. I feel like if we were able to stabilize the throttle, then maybe this can stay level, but it is also a Herculean effort to do so. And we just enhance throttle to get it over the mountain like so. And that's the cottage. The edit base is a lot more south than that. I just want to get to the edit base. There's one more crazy thing I want to try here. Drones are certainly a choice of trying to get things to work here, and the fact that we made it this far is already amazing in itself. We probably could have crossed the continent without tilting, but that would have also taken 20 trillion years to do so, and you get the idea. So here we go, flying over the hospital with our drone. So we're almost there, but this is still taking a lot of fuel, so it's a good thing we kept all that amount. But the fuel, I think, is also what's keeping us from getting any faster with this. Where even is the base anymore? It's still there, right? Oh, there it is, right over the trees as we're getting low fuel, although we still have plenty of fuel to get there. Landing gear down, kill throttle a little bit, and then, oh, tilt back, not too much though. Just brake, throttle up a little bit. Keep it level, keep it level, keep it level, keep it level, and that was our best drone landing yet. That actually made it. Okay, one more thing. Get rid of the jet engines and go back to our good old friends, the rocket, but not on the drone this time. We're going back to the VTOL with a slight adjustment. A big tail wing, and then the canards go back. I don't know why they keep wanting to face backwards, but a little thing like that, and they're not level either, but you know what? That's fine. They still look good. And rocket engines for the wing. Can there be reverse rockets? Oh my gosh, we can invert the rockets. I don't even know how that would work. Let's not get too carried away here, but also this. You ever seen a VTOL go to space? I feel like that's what's gonna happen. And oh man, we tilt this thing, and then that affects the angle that our VTOL is sitting at. Just a little bit of boost then to level out. No, don't go forward yet. Don't go forward yet. A little bit back. There we go. Keep it level, and then up. Oh my gosh, we're only at half throttle. Ah, wait. Wow, that actually landed. And we are, oh my gosh, we leveled out. Holy moly. We have a rocket-powered VTOL. Like, forget going to Mars. When is Elon gonna do one of these? Wow, that is still consuming so much fuel. Oh, because we forgot to add more fuel things. I forgot we didn't save that in the preset. Hold on, reset. You like my reset method? It's just meet the ground as fast as possible. Let's just go back to how much fuel we did have before. Kind of. So now we should be able to use the rockets a lot better. Just gotta increase throttle a little bit at a time, and then, oh, we're up. We are up. Okay, this is less than half throttle. So what happens if we go full throttle? Okay, hold up. Well, now we're going straight up. Can we level out, please? Thank you. Oh yes, rocket-powered VTOL is here! And how far up can this go? It's just going straight up, I wonder. Without tilting over, ideally. And it looks like it's thankfully not doing that. But this is also consuming a lot of fuel, and I just want to go fast. In VTOL fashion. Oh my gosh, we can almost do a barrel roll. But this was also a colossal waste of fuel before going forward, so I have no idea where we're gonna reach to. Maybe we can get back to the desert. There's the wind farm right there. Weather station, okay, I now know what way we're facing. Need to get to the desert over there, but we probably should have been flying there to begin with. And yeah, we're not gonna have the fuel to reach there. So we can take off with Rocket VTOL, but we need to land this thing with Rocket VTOL. And we're not quite there yet, so not gonna try and land this thing like a plane. We need to land it VTOL style. Oh, but I guess it just threw us at the desert base anyway because we were closer. Okay, you know what? We're still gonna hop continents with this thing. Just, it takes off like a rocket first. A VTOL rocket. That's basically what's gonna go to space. But let's see, snow area was kind of this way, right? Or was it more south? We are lined up with it. So let's try land at the base in the snow region, which now we have the idea of it. And it seems like the name for it is lined up with the home base. So that's good news. Lets us know where we're going. And the crazy thing is we're flying over there without even going full throttle. But let's do up like this, a little bit back to slow forward momentum, and then cut throttle a little bit. Need to go a little more forward so we're over the base. We have plenty of fuel to try and make this work, but oh, we're nosediving. Oh dear, this is a trick. This is a trick and a half. Landing gear down, over the runway, good. A little bit more throttle. Keep it level, and then a little bit less. We're still going up. go a little down. Oh gosh, no, too far down, no! Almost made it. I feel like we might have been going a little too careful with it. But we can still take off like we did and then rotate early, good. Just wanna get one solid landing with this after crossing a continent. And I guess the more fuel we have, the better for that. Which I guess we're ending up with the same amount of fuel, but let's slow down the rockets. And then tilt forward first. Ooh, slow down. Make sure we're over land. Good. A little forward. Why does it like to go airborne? I know your natural environment is the sky, but work with me here. Keep it up. Landing gear down. A little more throttle. This is working. Oh, yes! Landed a rocket VTOL. Beautiful. Wow. VTOLs are fun. And I'm sure there are other crazy plane designs, but this is the first thing that I thought of, and I'm glad we could try it out and make it work. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you got other plane designs you want to see tested out, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching and sub to Intern.